It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, it's the Commanders' leader at quarterback. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Commanders and the Jags, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Washington Commanders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field.
They'll start on the ground, Etienne. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. On first down, right back to Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Etienne up the middle. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And they'll go again with Etienne. And once again, the Commander defense stout against the run game. They drop it for a 2nd straight play. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Deron Payne, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The Jaguars send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. So here is Washington now backed up a bit to start their first drive. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 1 rushing touchdown, yes, but look at the rushing yards. He was up near 200.
The one phrase I'd use to describe that performance, he carved up that defense.
Here's 2nd and 8. It's complete to Robinson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 17 there. Good for a Commander's first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson to about the 35, 2nd down. 2nd and 6. And this is caught by Watkins. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Robinson up the middle. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue, just make sure you feed me the football? And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. So first and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Able to slither by. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Robinson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Again, it'll be Robinson.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. They'll look to throw on third and goal. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
Devon Hamilton
able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be fourth down.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So on fourth down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good.
And it's 3-0 Washington.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. The numbers on the ground for ETN last week.
22 carries, 59 yards.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that's that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Finding room at midfield.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. First down there, a pickup of 25.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum? We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Lawrence. Incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Oh, he shifts past him. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And here we go on the next drive for Washington.
And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They're going to look to throw.
Open man, Lamb. It's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
6-0 our score after 1. second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it second down and 11. Now this throw caught left side, and he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure out the passer. This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny thing sometimes.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match. And maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And this one is right through. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Jaguars offense ready to set up shop here again. They'll be in search of their initial points of the contest, trailing 9-0 as they begin with a first down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Pass incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. Second and 10 from the 25. Now Lawrence to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. They start on the ground with Robinson here. To about the 48-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up a throw. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll set up to throw. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not that. It came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
On the give, here's Robinson. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. He'll look to throw.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Back to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Back to throw here. And it's caught.
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. They've got good hands. Then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Robinson is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now in 2nd down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Robinson again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr.
with touchdown number 20 on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
So another rushing touchdown for him this year. Well, he's found the end zone quite a bit so far. Charles, that now an even 20 scores on the season.
And you know how often we use the term imposing their will? These defenses have become really powerless to stop him. That's what we've seen from him and his team this year. You know he's getting the ball down here in the red zone, but he's just got that strength of will himself, and he's used it to great effect.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
That one good for 26 and a first down. And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Greasy. That's 2 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl winners, multiple Super Bowl winners. So he's getting up with the legends now. Congratulations.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
From midfield now, Lawrence throwing, completing, quick to Calvin Ridley. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Again, it's Lawrence. He wants it all for the end zone.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars get a bit closer.
So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Extra point right down the middle, and that trims the lead down to 9. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
Takes it at the 7.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards,
Gibson gets hit and he fumbles it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 15. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Working with 2nd and 5 now. They'll look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Taking it in from the 20 as his guys are able to extend their lead. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice game.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Point after here coming up. And that will make this a 16-point lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
To throw again on 2nd down, Lawrence. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that one on the money to Claypool downfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Claypool with another catch. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll give them a fresh set of downs.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Chase Claypool. A
2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders continue to pull away here in this first half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
There's only another 3 and out here at some point. Got to be able to put together a drive and keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top.
As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. Trey Lance, 2 touchdown passes thus far. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. 2 touchdowns in that ball game for Javonte Williams. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Tyreek Hill, a touchdown reception. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags, and they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for Washington, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. Second half starts with a run by Gibson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, he's got Watkins.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Hand off now to Robinson.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Our quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 24-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll run here with Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 in 2nd down. 2nd and 6. This is complete to Watkins on the slant.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
He'll look to throw.
Touchdown, Washington. Chase Claypool.
A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told.
And it was finished off by the Chase Claypool touchdown catch.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
Well, CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a loose football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Second and 6.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. On 3rd, here's an option play right. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Commanders use the short field to get in for 6. Well, familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Jaguars back with it on offense. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game...
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it.
He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
He'll try again. And not a whole lot there as he'll get him down at about the 2. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Eluding the pressure right. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. C.D. Lamb
From a yard out.
And the Commanders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Well, there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from C.D. Lamb. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he will find Ridley. That's complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Lawrence, quick slant caught by Kirk. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35. Straight ahead, Etienne.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Lawrence. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Derek Stingley picks it.
I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like the empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
2nd and 3. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
93 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Robinson with another carry.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. The one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he fires one incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
A nightmare on third and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on fourth and goal anyway, but the sack on third down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up second down.
Now Lawrence.
Now he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Robinson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 137 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission. I think
you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
A give left side to Robinson. And he's got room. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. With that last effort, he has reached now 10,000 career rushing yards. Congratulations.
Big-time congratulations. That also means that his publicist can make sure all the information gets to every voter out there who has a say in the Hall of Fame. Fashioning together a heck of a resume.
Robinson on a give right side. Brought down at the 20. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I know we're there, wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space. But there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle. And, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Commanders add on to their lead. And it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
An extra point attempt to follow here. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Brian Robinson. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 24. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. But to throw again is Lawrence.
Flush to his right.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. On third down, here's Etienne.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return.
Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Out of the gun now on third down.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Robinson up the middle.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
They'll run again here with Robinson.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
On third down, Robinson. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. And 209 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Commanders,
the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.